Playboy, you made that beat.
We back at it again from a remote site. I'm still in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
This is Mike Daniel, Alamo City All Stars, proud supporter of Super Sports Media. Go Niners.
Oh, you coming on? You coming on cutting up? You coming on cutting up? Hey,
Hey,
let me go ahead.
Tuesday. Of course I'm cutting up.
Okay, got it. Got Tuesday. Tuesday is cut up Tuesday. That's what it's called now. Cut up
Talk
Tuesday.
it up Tuesday.
Talk it up, not cut
Talk,
it up.
talk, talk, talk your ish Tuesday.
Okay, all right. Wait, look, man, real quick, man. Let me just throw a disclaimer out there. I am in Fayetteville, but I don't know J. Cole, and I was doing that just to be funny because I think that's funny. Because when people be in other people's cities, they're like, a shout out to so and so, but I don't know J. Cole. So let me throw that disclaimer out there. When you watch the interviews with Coach Clark, Coach Bell, I don't know him. I did give a shout out to him. I don't know him though. I don't know him.
And Coach Vela, I'm gonna get it right for you because you said
No,
be like Vela.
no. I didn't say it in Coach Bella's interview.
Okay,
Yeah,
just in
I
case.
didn't. Yeah, I just did it.
I
I
ain't,
did it to be funny.
I ain't want you to mess his name up today. You did it last night.
Oh, I did. Oh man. So I
Yeah.
apologize, Coach Vela. I'm sorry about that, man. I apologize.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I heard you. I heard you say it. I heard you. You enunciated it really well there, Vela. You know what I'm saying? So what you got on tap today, man? It's gonna be a quick show. Hey, but real quick, man, we had some great interviews, man. Coach Vela, Coach Bell, Coach Clark. Again, my bad, Coach Clark. My bad, bro. Like I said, players mess up.
Uh, now I got nothing other than
Yes, you do.
basketball. Basketball, man.
Hey,
This past
man.
weekend,
No, you was rocking, baby. Seventh grade. Come on now. Let's talk that talk. Seventh grade was. Come on, you had some
all of
seventh graders in
you
the
know,
house.
it was round one, opening round. We had six divisions, right? We had one fifth grade division that played on Sunday. Shout out to SA Hoops Elite 2032. Good job, Vase, with that group. Uh, we had a sixth grade group that played on Saturday. Shout out to FOA 2031, Coach Hicks and that bunch. We had a seventh grade group on Saturday and a group on Sunday. On Saturday, uh, SA Hustle, SA Hustle 2030. Coach Sanchez took that division down. And then the seventh grade group on Sunday, by way of points in the three-way tie, FOA 2030 actually took down the seventh grade division on Sunday. So FOA got out of there with two championships, one in sixth, one in seventh. Uh, in eighth grade, we had two different pools, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. On Saturday, FT 2029 Black took it down. Good job, Coach Springer, and getting those boys right. And then on Sunday, SA Future and Coach Briggs came in and took out all the competition. So it was great. I'm looking forward to part two because we'll be deeper in October. These middle school kids will be more acclimated to middle school schedules and middle school sports. Uh, Fall teams that weren't necessarily ready that second week of September will be back in the lab and back ready to roll come that third week of October. So I am looking forward to part two and definitely looking forward to the finale at the end of November. So it was some good stuff, man. Uh, Teams played, coaches coached, parents cheered. Uh, the cool thing, there was one situation that I remember vividly, right? I don't want to give a shout out to these parents. They were about to get rowdy, right? And I just walked over and I just said, hey, not disagreeing with what you saw, but remember while we're here. And I just stood there. You know what they said to me? They said, wow, Mike, We saw you walking and thought you were going to be aggressive. They're like, thank you for being nice. And so I didn't know how to take it. I'm like, well, there's no other way to be right now. And they were like, well, thank you for that, And so it was just a good exchange, you know, because I ain't gonna lie, the call that they all jumped up about was pissed about. They were 1,000% accurate when they exploded about the bleacher. But, you know, you still can't do certain things from the stands. But it was just great to have those positive experiences because that's I told you that's my focus the rest of this year. Relationships, rapport, and relationships. Those that's my R&R for the rest of this year
And growth,
and
right?
going forward, of course.
And growth, right?
Of course, I mean that's part of it. That's part of it. Acknowledging that sometimes I can be, let's say, hostile, confrontational, mean, whatever case you want to call it, and just trying to make sure that the approach to all things is right because approach goes a long way with people. Sometimes it don't matter, but it goes a long way in certain instances and situations.
I laugh about that because that's huge on customer service. So I got introduced into customer service when I was in Japan. I mean, like being in Japan, they teach you really how to or how important customer service is. Let me just say it that way. So since that was very important to us, and again, always, they teach always greet someone with a smile, right? Regardless of the situation, you always smile because someone is more welcoming with a smile than they are with just looking mean. And then always listen first. Always ask, "How can I help you?" And then listen, and listen. So you do those two things, especially in our business. Where sports is always confrontation, always, it's always seen to where as though, hey, I'm gonna go get so and so. And I think that's some of the problems we have because people look at it as though, hey, well, I'm gonna go get so and so. Well, no, you don't have to because we can handle it this way. We can handle it in a better manner to diffuse the situation to where as though one, you don't have to yell at the guy, right? And at the same time, whatever he calls on the court is what he calls on the court. We can't argue with that. So that's good to hear, man. Growth is the key to hear that you did not lose it or become very confrontational with the parent or with the fans. Let me say it that way, fans, because they are fans. That's good to hear.
Man, there was one situation that caught me off guard. So we only used two courts this past weekend, and we had volleyball on the back courts. And so when volleyball was done, our amazing custodial staff was trying to get the nets down, get the court cleaned up. And so the crazy part about in our tournaments is parents get inside that gym and it's daycare. They no longer watch their children. Have no idea where their children are, what they're doing, right? And so kids are all over the court. Custodians trying to get the kids off the court. Kids don't get off the court. So an unpleasant exchange of words between custodian and kid happens. Well, then kid
Hmm.
goes and gets mom and dad. Mom and dad come and get me. And so I asked, I'm like, well, why was your kid on the back court without you? And
Right,
they got mad at me. And I'm like, this isn't daycare. I'm like, well, why is your child unattended?
right, right.
Well, Mike, it's a gym. Why is your child unattended? If you're over here on North Court, why is your child in the back on South Court where there are no basketball games going on?
Let me ask you, were the goals up?
Yes.
Yeah, see,
You
that's
know,
the
you know what
part
they
of
were
it.
doing? You know what they were doing? Shooting at the
Shooting,
Rays goal.
shooting at the raised goals, of course, of
Dribbling
course.
on the court that he's trying
Yeah,
to clear the volleyball nets and
yeah,
clear off. And, you know, in the part that was really crazy is they spent more time wanting me to address the custodian yelling at the kids to get off the court than why are your kids back here unattended?
right.
And I bring that up because I saw something on Facebook today and I didn't know how to. It's crazy. So
You some
somewhere
Facebook, my guy.
somewhere in the world, there's a 14-year-old kid at a neighborhood, the neighborhood courts, and there were some people that weren't, citizens of the neighborhood that were at the courts. Well, long story less long, this 14-year-old got beat up by what now found out to be a grown man. But in the video, right, in the video, the kid is talking Cash Money Millionaire noise, and the grown man keeps telling him, "Stop, stop, stop."
Mm.
Now, by no stretch of the imagination am I condoning an adult putting hands on a child. But how did that adult know that was a child? I don't know. Because some of these kids these day and age have zero respect
Yeah.
for adults or not. And, I remember a story one time, man starts fight, Billy in the dude's face, dude beats man up. Man that started the fight calls the cops and wants to press charges. Cops laughed at him, and so for me, one, it's sad adults putting their hands on kids. It's just like parents coming on the court during a basketball game. We pushed my son. He's 11 years old. What are you going to do? Like, go sit down. You know,
Right. Right.
if your 14-year-old can't be a 14-year-old, then they don't need to be in environments by themselves without supervision. It's unfortunate that, he got beat up or assaulted. Well, assaulted is the word that they use, but we know that's code for got beat up. But, parents, if you're going to have your children out in the world, then make sure they know how to behave out in the world without a parent there.
Right. Right. Yeah. That's unfortunate. That's a tough one right there to deal with
Man,
in reference
man,
to parents and kids, and again, because I get it. It can get hard sometime or troublesome, troublesome. Excuse me. And again, man, it's just unfortunate to hear that part. But again, sound like overall you had a good event though.
it was a great event, man. The
Okay.
reason it was a great event because with only using two courts, I got to sit right at the front entrance, right in the center, where the entrance and exit doors are split. I
Yeah.
sat right there, man, and I just had my head on a swivel, enjoying basketball and having fun with the kids there, man. And
Right.
for me, that's therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? Like literally watching teams grow, develop, get it in, excited when that division I was telling you about happened and we had a three-way tie
Right.
and
Yeah.
one basket almost took the team that was pretty much counted out, almost took them to the champions of the division. Absolutely nuts. Just nuts.
Well, it sound like it was good, and that's good to hear because now you got something to look forward to for the next weekend, the next time the series happens. So, do you have anything this weekend coming up? I
Not
know
this
Gasso's
weekend.
in San Antonio
Not
this weekend for
yeah,
both.
not this weekend. I'm off until
Okay,
next weekend, and we got Fall Fest and our end of season grassroots tourney next weekend.
okay, okay. But yeah, we got high school Gasso coming. Plus, we have their camp that they do. They
Right,
kind of have a bunch of D3 coaches come down and see what talent we
right.
have within the South Texas area, Central to South Texas area. I saw the list. Got a lot of good basketball players coming out. That's going to be a good event. Plus, we got some high school teams playing on Saturday.
Right.
Get to see some good games, and I'm looking forward to that. I want to say I think Wagner's playing this weekend, so I get to see those guys. I haven't seen them since he added a few new pieces from what I was told, or just watching some videos on online. So get to check out what Coach Clark has there returning. And then I believe Marshall's playing. Marshall's playing who they're playing somebody. I think they're playing Bernie, matter of fact. So Bernie's playing this weekend. We get to see what Bernie looks like. Bernie's
Hmm.
really young, so them moving up to the district they're going to is going to be something that's going to be an like, ooh, what's going on? Okay, okay. So I think and I'll be in the building to actually watch some games. Didn't get a chance to watch any this past weekend. Had to take a flight out. And, I want to say thank you to everybody who all prayed for my mother. My mother had a stroke this past weekend on Friday, to be exact. And so I had to leave the building, leave the city, and fly to Fayetteville, North Carolina. And that's why I'm here. She's doing better now. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for the amazing job the Cape Fear Hospital has done and taking care of her. Thank you to my sister, Shelly Davis, for ensuring that my mom got the help in time, and now she's doing better. So again, man, that's important to family. So I'm flying back tonight. I'll be back back in the city tomorrow, Mike. And again, but by the time this airs, I'll be home. So thank you for holding it down and keeping me informed on what's all going on. But again, man, so that's why I didn't get a chance to watch any great basketball last week because I was going as a spectator. I wasn't going as media. I wasn't going as a coach. I was truly going as a spectator. And this weekend, hopefully, I get my media credentials approved by the GAS, so I'll be in the building as media. But last weekend, I was just going as a fan, man. Just going as a fan. I didn't care what the price was. I was gonna go ahead and pay my little whatever the door fee was. I didn't care. So this weekend, we're gonna do some stories and talk to some kids, and let's talk about the great interviews we had yesterday.
Man, I almost don't even want to talk about it because I just want to air them. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, they aired today. Believe it or not, I got them airing at 5. It's starting at 5 o'clock. Starting at five
yes,
o'clock.
I say,
So
it's
yeah.
you know we started with Coach Vela, you know, Guru,
Hey, shout out to
SAI,
Jefferson, by the way.
SAI is the Guru,
Yes,
man. You know what I'm saying?
yes, yes.
Like,
Well,
um,
not just the guru, but the fact he has success, if I'm correct. I think he said he had success in both schools, Edison
yes, yes,
and Jefferson, right?
Jefferson. You know, the respect and reverence that he has, and he took time out to join us, and allow us to give him flowers, right? And Coach Bell, new and up and coming in his fifth season as head coach. A lot of great assistant coach years at Brennan, and again, was happy and excited to come and join us and allow us to acknowledge the work that he's done in this amount of time, playoffs every season since he started. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
then
a lot of people don't know, man. Coach Bell is a champion. He won it at the high school level as a player. So again, you take that pedigree, the fact he played the game, he played at a very high level. Again, man, you're not dealing with someone, and I'm not saying again, I don't ever knock guys like myself or guys who didn't play the game at the highest level or anything. But again, I always tell you when me and you first started working together, I always told you you're gonna show your players a few things that I can't show them. Make sure you do that. You remember the conversation I told you? I said always make sure you get those tidbits, those guys, and stuff that I can because that's what's going. As far as them playing, that's gonna give you the edge. And then we just coaching now. Now we just playing chess. Who's putting the best? Who's putting the players in the best position to win? So
right,
that's what I love about it. Honestly, that's what I like about it. But yeah, Coach Bell, man, is champion. He's a winner.
yeah, and then our country boy, Coach Clark. You know,
Coach Clark
you
came through,
know,
didn't he? He
hey,
came through
look,
in clutch, didn't he, Bo?
check it out, man. The thing that was most exciting is he was happy to be able to just like decompress without he was happy to just be himself. Like no
Yes, he is.
judgment, no judgment, no, just be you and unload, unleash, unwind. Let's have a good time and talk hoops at the same time.
But it
And
took 2 years.
the joy, that's your fault. I wasn't even part of that. But the joy that, he had to be able to share and fellowship with us last night after a Monday, you know, that energy, man, I can't wait to continue growing and building this and getting more and more coaches and players involved with these interviews as we continue to give flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
well, for
it's
his game,
so dope.
for his opening game, and I'm really excited because it's not Judson's opening game, but it's his opening game is against Judson,
We
and
in there.
in that game right there alone, we're gonna be sideline reporting. I already told
Hey,
him
question.
we mic'd
What
up. Yes,
what
sir.
Saturday? What Saturday is that on though?
That's the 8th, November 8th.
Okay. Whew, I'll be here
November 8th. Yeah, November
because
8th.
November 15th is when I
No,
am
no,
having
no.
I'm having my surgery that next Friday.
Okay, okay.
Okay, well that's perfect.
Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah, no, he started off the season right there the 8th against Judson and
At Judson.
at Judson. Again, I asked, I got to get with Coach Cantu, of course, to get it approved. I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but again, I still got to go through the right channels and see if we can sideline report and get some interviews as they go into the locker room. And only thing he told me, Coach Clark did let me know, Lord, he better be up. Jokingly, jokingly, because you know how he is. I don't know if you ever.
Oh yeah.
Well, I know you have interacted with him, winning, losing. So you ref his games, but boy, he hard
Oh
to.
yeah.
He ain't fun to talk to. That's all I'm gonna say. He ain't fun to talk to. So, but the funny part is neither he or Cantu is. So that's the cool part.
Because they be locked in.
They do be
Look,
locked in.
Coach can't too be so locked in sometimes that he don't even realize what's going. He be like so zoned. He be locked in. He be locked
He
in.
is.
That day,
He is.
Saturday, November 8th, 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
this whole surrounding area is gonna be
They got to
locked
be
in.
there. They got to be there.
Oh,
They
gotta
got to
be
be
there.
there. They got to
It's gonna
be
be like
there.
old school. It's gonna be like the old school days.
They do. They do. And the great part for me, it's a Saturday game. After talking to Coach Clark, he purposely said he made it to where as though everyone in the district can be there.
Yeah,
Everyone,
that's great
even the
planning.
guys from vets can come watch that game. But this is a ISD game. This is a district. This is a ISD, and it's like wow, man. And so to see those two juggernauts go at it, man. Oh man,
Look,
it's gonna
that
be
day,
it.
if they have to rev any kid up, that kid shouldn't even play that day.
Yeah,
If you don't have that already circled
yeah,
and
yeah.
have it
Oh yeah,
marked and
oh
all,
yeah, oh yeah.
that environment gonna be rocking.
It
I'm gonna
is.
tell
It
you
is.
what, I consider myself to be a pretty decent referee, and both those coaches in that game would agree. I would not want to be the referee in that game
Oh, I wouldn't touch that game. And then yeah,
because
you know what else? Real quick, we got three great fun facts from all
dude,
three coaches.
we did.
From
I
all three
think
coaches, because I would have never knew. Like in Coach Vela's spare time, he would do that, and then Bell, and then of course what Coach Clark said.
Bell was the shocker.
It
That threw
was.
me all the way off. I never pictured his 6'5" tall self messing around with pickleball.
Well, you
Coach
weren't supposed to
Vela,
give it away. You weren't
Coach
supposed to give
Vela,
it
I
away.
knew. My
You weren't
bad.
supposed to
I
give it
slip.
away.
You got me excited. Shut up. I slipped. Play. What you said? Players slip up too.
Yeah,
Well,
players step up too.
Coach Vela, I only knew of that one because I'm friends with Artie Jr.
Okay,
And so I knew that because
okay,
of that one. And as far
okay.
as Country Boy, nothing surrounding Country Boy shocked me.
Right. Facts. Facts. That's true. That's true.
Now,
Hey, go ahead.
he gave us two. I'm not gonna release the other one. That
Right.
other fun fact, dude,
Right.
that
Right.
was
Right.
dope.
Right. 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 Hey, well, the funny part was, I said you got a lot of NBA. I said you coach a lot of NBA players. He said, "No, I only coach three."
No.
He said, "I only coach three." I'm like, "Really? Come on, coach. Really?" I get it though. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Hey, real quick, let's just send a quick shout out and we hope he gets well to our guy Richard DeLeon. He's under the weather right now. We don't want to divulge too much information because of HIPAA. So again, we just hey man, we send our prayers and our wishes to you. Say hey, get better, brother. I just wanted to make
And
sure we get that in there.
I hope that the Cowboys can win on Sunday so you can get well. Definitely
Hey,
don't want you to stay down, my brother.
oh, so you just
Miss
we
you on and
just
can't wait to welcome you back, brother.
hey, so let's go ahead and just turn there. Can you believe all three teams lost?
Hell yeah. NFC sucked this past weekend.
Man, bro. Man. Well,
Look,
I was
you thought no, I'm gonna save you. You thought Monday night Falcons, y'all was gonna be the NFC team that was gonna be
where?
kind of standing tall. I
Dang.
told you.
Where?
I said everything that I just witnessed, you don't count the Eagles out on that one, buddy.
Hey, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to fib to you. I watched the game. I didn't watch the whole game because I was at the hospital, but I watched the last, two possessions that we had, and I thought we were playing awesome on offense. It's our defense, man. Our defense gave it away. They did not listen. They woke up yesterday and they did not put their socks on before their shoes. That's all I'm going to say. They put their shoes on and try to put their socks on over them.
This guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Because hey, did you see that? You see the last play? Did you see the
I
last
saw the I saw
possession?
the I saw the ending.
And then everybody want to say your boy. They want to say Jalen Hurts sucks because he's not getting it done. Nah, man. The possession before he threw his interception, those two possessions on scoring drives, he did a wonderful job. He
Football is
did a
like
wonderful
basketball.
job.
Football is like basketball. Those three opening drives are just as important as the last drive. You don't believe me? Go ask San Francisco 49ers from the Super Bowl last year.
But hey, listen. If
Okay,
if
Linda.
if if I score and I'm up six, I score. I'm up six, regardless of how I score, touchdown or field goal. Doesn't matter. I score. I put points on the board. At the end of the game, I mean, defense got a hold. You've been sacking them all day. We've been sacking them all day, man. We've been putting pressure on Kirk
My
all day.
look,
So
my
now we pick
49ers,
the time.
my 49ers said that to the offense last year in the Super Bowl. Look, man, we done held this boy, and y'all please go score and put this dude away. That was the Super Bowl last year. We held Mahomes because I remember watching. I was at Tom's house. I was watching the game, and all I'm saying is, please score. Put this game to where Mahomes ain't licking his chops and put that head down like old Tom Brady used to do.
Right,
And
right.
then, uh, yeah, we're not gonna talk about
Yeah,
Bruno
man.
no more.
Well, like I say, man. Well, betting wise, it was a good weekend for me. Walked away with another 40 piece. You know what I'm saying? 40 piece. I only bet $1, 140.
You guys
So
that bet on grown men are psychos.
hey man. You
All,
know
all the
what?
people, all the people that got McCaffrey
Nope,
had
didn't
Debo.
happen.
All they
Hey,
fantasy footballs is about to go to smithereens, bro.
see, that's the great part. Didn't have either one of those guys. I know what happened to Debo. You gotta give me an update on that, man. I know we're not
Train
NFL
calf,
reporters, but ooh, that's not good. That's 6 weeks, ain't it?
2 to 3.
Ooh, 2 to 3. Hey, let me ask you a
Yep.
question. How come what medicine these NFL and these NBA players be using to make them heal so much faster than us when we was in the army? Because I promise you, everything was 6 weeks for me. Us, it seemed like he's out. Soldier out for 6 weeks. Golly, bless America, bless America. So whatever that medicine they give them over there in the NFL, they need to get to our soldiers, man, so we can heal just as fast as those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They don't give us the pay, so at least give us the treatment. How about that?
Absolutely agree.
So you gonna check out some games with me this weekend, or
Yeah, on Saturday, I can definitely check out games on Saturday.
okay?
It's my
Mission
birthday
Inception.
weekend, and I don't have anything
Oh,
planned at
okay,
the moment, so
okay,
I definitely can get out the house and enjoy some hoops for
okay,
sure.
okay. Well, we'll stop by the spot and I'll buy a birthday drink, adult beverage for you. How about that?
This guy, why you putting our business up there, man? Don't nobody got to know what we do, man.
I didn't say where we gonna be at. Definitely didn't say. I didn't, and then I said adult beverage. Adult beverage can be a Pepsi. It can be a Coke. I didn't say
Yeah,
what's in it.
you know already slipped. But anyway, I'm
No,
grown. I don't
I
care. Hey, but
again, it's a,
yo, what do you have for can't make this stuff up today? What do you have? 'Cause boy, do I got a couple.
no. Believe it or not, I don't have any. Believe it or not. So let's go ahead and let's
None?
jump into it. No, man, because like I said, man, I'm dealing with mom's Duke. So at the same time with that, I can make a lot of them up, but I'm not going to because again, like I told you, I touched on my customer service piece, and I'm in the Ville, and uh, again, I thought this was the South, but I guess I
I
guess some
miss the
things
Ville.
change.
No,
Yeah,
no, 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 North Carolina, man,
yeah,
boy,
yeah. The
that
great
South
part about North
Cackalack, that North
Carolina, man,
Cackalack, boy.
they
Whew.
will they don't want to allow this city to get any bigger. They want to keep it a small town. That's why I love it, or a small city, excuse me. And I love it, man. I love when I come here, man. Oh, I love coming here to visit, but it still doesn't beat Texas.
You know, but because that was my college basketball time and experience,
Hmm.
being able to go back, like when I went to homecoming this last year for our 20 year,
Hmm.
being able to go back and be honored, like that experience, like that I've actually been able to share with my sons, like take them into the gym that I was an All-American.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
real life stuff, you know, possibility of getting inducted into the athletic hall of fame. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
stuff that like you can really share with your children, not one of them dads telling stories to their kids and whatnot, and he just running his mouth like true backup. Like my boys get to see dad's number, dad's coach, dad's teammates. Here when I leak up with my, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that stuff there, man. Just the thought of being in South Carolina, North Carolina is just, and it was a culture shock because I remember the first time I played in Atlanta. We
Yeah, because
played
you are
Clark,
from
Atlanta.
Texas. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I can
yeah, we
imagine. I
played.
can
I'm
imagine.
not. I'm not from. I'm from South Texas. Okay,
No, you from
'cause it
Texas,
ain't. It
man.
ain't. It ain't. It ain't, it ain't Beaumont. It ain't Dallas. Ain't you? South Texas. Okay.
Okay, claim you
So.
claim it.
So.
You can claim it. It's
So.
still Texas.
So when you go. So when you go to HBCU, like whoa. Then when you play
Hmm.
one,
Hmm.
bruh,
Yeah.
I didn't know what Atlanta was about, but I know I couldn't focus that night. 16 cheerleaders walked out, and I lost my mind. I was like, I've
Yeah.
never ever in my life seen anything like this.
Don't they
And
call that Hotlanta?
boy, look here.
That's why they call it
Clark
that.
Atlanta, Spelman, the four corners, man. Oh my God. Play an all-star game out there, dude. Like, and so that's why, I hear people stress about D1, D1, D1. Man, I was NAIA, and you want to know what I had? I had college life, college experience, real life college experience, man. And so I say that to say, people don't turn your nose up at NAIA D3 because they gonna get somewhere between 28 to 36 games of experience in college life. They gonna get to travel, meet others, meet other people. And so, and you want to know what? That little old HBCU is still standing strong 20 years later. And I've got memories that can never be erased and nobody can ever take from me because when my heart failed my sophomore year at Angelina and I lost the D1s that I had, Terrence Littlefield brought me out to South Carolina. Kirk Brown brought me out to South Carolina, even though he was leaving the day that I arrived because he got another offer, but he still got me out to South Carolina, and I got to play 2 years of college basketball, and those memories with those brothers can never be taken. So I say this to hope the parents are watching and understand that if there's a college that is offering your child an opportunity to further their basketball career and complete their aspirations and dreams, don't be goofy. Please don't be goofy.
Well, I second that. Just to say, hey, man, if your kid gets an opportunity to play basketball somewhere that's not there and getting it's paid for, and just take advantage of it. Just take advantage of it. But anyway, hey, man, tell us about what you got going on in reference to you can't make this stuff up.
All right. So flip a coin. Which one do I want to go with first? Okay. So my coaches out there playing in tournaments, playing in leagues, right? If you are going to use outside players inorganically that are not a part of your organization, that ain't sweating blood, tears in your lab, when you win, just do me a favor and acknowledge that fact. Acknowledge the fact that you combined with others in order to achieve the goal that you got, which is the win at the end of the day. Don't make it like it's all pure organic and like, homegrown, internally grown and stuff like that. Give the kudos and homage where it belongs. Because it's okay, but Just do it the right way. That's my first can't make this stuff up. I'm gonna just leave that right there. As you know, we talked about 3 weeks ago, focus on growth, right? That's piece number one. Piece number
It's
two,
always about growth.
can't make this up. Number two, and unfortunately, I mean everybody knows I'm follow through. So yeah, this happened within follow through. So a few weeks ago, we had tryouts, and we had 44 eighth graders in the building. And so, of course, not everybody can make the top team. And so what happened is the top team was chosen because those 10 were distinguished, right? But we had 30 other kids that were all within the same range. And so me and the coaches after tryouts, we sitting down and we talking and we looking at the list, and the skill set was so close that there was no way I was going to be able to answer like how I made team B, how I made team C, because team C players and team B players are going to be so close. Like I had no distinguishing. And so we did something crazy, you see. We did a draft. We let all the coaches like pick five, right? There was two teams that were already established. And so we let those two teams pick five from their current roster, which left 20 kids. So we let new team take five from the remaining 20. So now everybody's got five. And then we did a draft for the rest. Man, when I tell you can't make up what I'm getting ready to tell you, and because I love children and because I never want a child to walk out of the building, I actually lost a kid because they got drafted. They didn't make the top 10 with team one and two, but team three picked them in the first five. Parents were upset, didn't understand the draft concept, tried to explain it, didn't get it. They sent me a message, hey, we've decided we're not going to continue. He doesn't want to play on that team. 10 minutes later, I get a message, but if you'll reconsider putting him on blue or white, we'll stay. You're going to ask, did I move him? No, I did not. I lost the kid. Let me tell you why I lost the kid. Because in a few weeks, a few months, eighth graders are going to have tryouts at school. And if that kid doesn't make the A team, or let's say there's the A, B, and C team, the coach that puts him wherever he puts him is not going to move him because you threaten to leave. When that kid gets to high school, if a couple of his buddies make the JV team and you make freshman B team, A team, whatever the case, that coach is not going to move you to prevent you from quitting. And so, because our focus is getting you ready for high school right now, I didn't allow it. And I really like the kid. Kid works really hard. And it just hurt my soul to be given an ultimatum like that. When we're truthfully doing the best that we can to do is right for children. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt my soul to lose a kid that had been working hard for the last couple months.
But you didn't lose
But
a kid. You're looking at it the wrong way.
I always start with me. Anytime something happens, any situation, I look in the mirror. Man, what could you have done different? You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I operate. I know what you're gonna say. I didn't lose a kid. That kid left the program. I know.
No, that kid made a decision.
That's it.
He didn't. He didn't. And so, and for me, long as you leave the door open, long as you leave the door open, you'll always, you won't ever lose a kid. unless it's just a bad kid or something like that or poison. But
No such thing as bad kid.
okay,
Maybe
no,
some
no, no, no,
misguided
no, okay,
children.
no, 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 no,
You
no, no,
know,
okay, no, no, I can agree to that. But for me, the reason I say that, and I'm very like I'm really that person who don't believe in top team, second team, third team, and all that. Because if you got the right coach in a position, doesn't matter. And I'll give experience twice. This happened to me, with some kids towards I'm not the best coach in San Antonio, but I'm not the worst coach in San Antonio either. So the group of kids that I've known that I can put my hands on, I can coach, I can bring something out of them. So I know I'm not top liver. So if I take a group of kids and they all play for me, like Coach Clark said, and run through that wall for me, hey, I'm gonna get a lot from us. We're gonna win games that we're not supposed to win. We're gonna lose a few games, but we're gonna win some games. So with that being said, that's what a lot of parents forget about, and they're advocates for the kids, which you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be the advocate for your kid. But at the same time, this is where that trust comes into play that we talk about. We talk about that trust. Like, hey, trust my decision. Because if you don't trust my decision, then you're right. The program is not right now for you. But in 2 years, 3 years, or whatever it is, when you decide to say, hey, I think this is the right program, then make that decision. The door's going to still be open for you. And that's what a lot of parents got to understand, because you're talking about eighth grade basketball. I don't know too many eighth graders right now that left eighth grade and walked into a scholarship. And just to let them know that those soft scholarships that these guys are getting, that ninth grade and all that, man, that's a soft, man. That's just because the coach likes you and they want you to stay on their radar. That's not a scholarship, man. I talked to enough coaches now. I hate to say it, it's not. You can't get an offer until you finish your second year of high school, which is a sophomore year.
man. But if you think of just the three coaches that we talked to this weekend, right? All of them said the same thing in regards to. Remember, we talked about times of yesteryear and times of today. Times of yesteryear, parents didn't question playing time. Parents didn't question, coach's decision. Hey, man, get your stuff together. You want minutes, get your stuff together. Parents of today uh, are watching the clock. He
But
only
that's
played
just
2 minutes and seven. He only played 2 minutes and 17 seconds. What's
but
wrong
that but
with that?
that's
I know
but
he
that's
had
the
5 turnovers and missed 3 layups, but he only played 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
but that's the
And
purpose of our platform. Our platform is to educate.
which is
Again,
what we're doing.
I remember a coach told me that, do I believe that a kid that me and what I do can be enough for a kid to where though I can stop elevating that kid. And I told him I don't believe so. I told him it's not true. If you with me, if you with me, because I'm gonna make sure I keep giving you what you need to keep reaching that ceiling. Because at that, by the time you get to high school, I should know you, right? If I've been with you since
And
fifth, sixth grade, I should know you. So I should know how to dig in just a little bit and reach that what I need to reach from you. Now, if you choose to stop messing, with the process, that's different.
this past summer, I received the best compliment
What's
in the
that?
biggest loss that my 29 suffered, right?
Okay.
We lost by 28 to Dallas Mustangs.
Well, that's a good
And
program too, by the way.
yes, they are. And they're huge. During this game, uh, my big fella went down the game before Emilio. Emilio went down, then Jordan Swain gets hurt like the third play of the game. So we have one big to their like four and like six players, right? Not to mention shell shock of seeing this team, which is what I tell my guys all the time. I'm not when I'm coaching, I'm not coaching playing against some of the teams that we play. I'm coaching and I'm envisioning 5-star Evo. I'm envisioning Dallas Mustangs. I'm envisioning Albuquerque Prep. You know what I'm saying? The teams
Mm-hmm.
that some getters, right?
Yeah.
After the game, me and the coach chopping it up, and this had to be the best compliment I've ever received coaching. He said, "Man, He said,
What
I
he
don't know
say?
what the hell. He said, man, I don't know what the hell you doing with your boys, but so help me God, you had them playing so hard. I had to look at the score because you made me feel like we was losing. Now, mind you, we lost this game by 28. We lost by 28, but they never quit. Like, they was battling like it was a 1, 2, 3 possession game. And when he told that to me, and Dallas is bullies. For him to say that, that wasn't just no trying to just make me feel good. That ain't what Dallas is about. I was like, man, they did play their hearts out. Shorthanded, undermanned, the whole nine. We didn't care. We took it and we kept on trucking. And I kept on coaching. It was like, y'all play hard. You coach hard as hell, man. He's like, and then we chopped it up a little bit, but that was probably the best comment. So when I'm listening to Coach Clark and Coach Bella and Coach Bell, Coach Jack Litch, Coach Anderson and these guys are talking about what their go-tos are. Play hard, compete. You know what I'm saying? You feel good because like, okay, I'm getting one or two things right with this coaching gig, and I'm going to send these boys to a high school ready and right. And that's huge for me right now because these coaches look to me with respect, and so I've got to make sure that the boys that are coming out of my program, coming out of my gym, are ready for the high school scene, man, because it's huge. It's important.
Well, I know for sure, Coach Clark, Coach Cantu, uh, those two for sure. Coach Jay. I don't know if you have any. I don't know if you have any Jefferson kids, but I know those guys. Coach Allen. So far, those four guys I know for sure I can speak on and say, hey man, they're holding you to a standard. I'm letting you know that. So I don't know if you realize that. They all said it. They all said it. You got some of my boys. You got some of my boys. So I hope you're paying attention to that because they all said that. They all said that, like, yeah, man, you touch my kids. I want, and that's the part of it all. That's we're doing a good job, and you're doing a good job. But again, the education part of it is just important to me because I don't want parents to think that little Eric has to play on the he has to play with the A team to be the best player. Right now in eighth grade, he should be focused on reps. He should be focused on getting as many reps as he could just to be the best kid. You know what I'm saying? That's all he should be focused on. He shouldn't be focused on hey, if you don't play on the top team in eighth grade, a fall league and that? Come on, man. Ain't nothing going on in fall league.
Other than reps, growth, and development, that's
Hey,
it.
come on. Springtime, summertime.
That's different.
Hey, spring and summer. Work on that. Yeah, exactly. Work on that. Get him there. Get him there. Get him there. Get him there.
I was
Get him
excited
there.
this past weekend. I got to do something, and I'm so glad I have the parents that I have within follow through. So I had an eighth grade team drop on like Saturday afternoon, and I had to get an eighth grade
For
team in the
Sunday
building for Sunday. Yeah, so
or Saturday.
hit up like
Okay. Okay.
no, they dropped on Saturday, but it was for Sunday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I texted like 20 teams trying to get them in the building. Couldn't get anybody. Okay, so I hit up my other three follow through teams because we had already played on Saturday. So I hit up my other three follow through teams, and I brought some of the better guys from each of the other teams that right now I would never put them in the series because they're not ready. But then I said, you know what? Some of these guys, maybe I can help them improve their lab work because they come see this series, they see what the black team plays against, what the black team wins against. They come and just see another level of basketball. Maybe this will enhance their work, their lab work. So they open up the gates against Coach Briggs' future group. And I'm gonna just laugh, right? And the day didn't get any better. They then had Texas Bad Boy. No, excuse me, that was Saturday. They opened up against Future. Oh, then they had Vince's eighth grade Mambas group, and then they finished the day against Texas Magic Elite out of Bernie. And so after game number two, a couple of the boys were coming to me and they was like, Coach, it was like, is it always like this in this tournament? And I said, actually, it's worse. I'm like, this is just round one. I'm like, this is just round one. And I was like, remember on Friday when y'all was all crunk and excited because they had grassroots on Friday? And I'm like, yeah, this ain't grassroots, fellas. Like, grassroots is for you to get your reps in order to hopefully get you here one day.
Right.
But I wanted you
Right.
guys to see it. That way, when you're in the lab and we're talking to y'all about stuff, there's a reason we're talking to you because we don't want you to stay. We want you to eventually grow past that, where I
Right.
can have y'all in something like this and compete comfortably and not be
Right.
scared of shell shock. But they just couldn't they just couldn't understand like the difference because as a director, I know who plays and I put them where they need to be, you
Right.
know.
The
But
levels on.
but right, but knowing that come March, like we just talked about, come March, there's going to be a different kind of atmosphere and environment. You know what? Let them see just a taste of what the next phase is, and I think it worked. Practice should be great today. I'm excited about practice. Go watch those guys in practice today. Uh, but man, this basketball thing, man. I hate that negativity surrounds basketball, ET,
Right.
because it really doesn't have to, man. It really
Not for
doesn't.
kids. Not for the kids.
Not for
It can
kids. Right, right.
it can go off into professionals. They're getting paid a lot of money. The professionals are, and but I think it should stay pure from college on down. Now that you got NIL deals, I don't know. It's going to make it a little slippery slope. Now that you got college with the NIL deals, but I definitely don't think in middle school, definitely high school. And that's why, I told someone wanted me to cover the game and they wanted me to do it a certain way. And I was like, no, man, I have to do it the way I do it to keep the game pure. One, I'm not going to sell my soul to any coach or any program out here to where those like, well, you got to talk about this kid. No, I'll talk about the kids that I feel as though that are making the numbers that again, I have a system. That's the easiest way to do it. If you don't like the system, I'm sorry. Just because you coach X and you my guy, I'm not going to talk about the kid you want me to talk about. That kid better go perform because we get too caught up with, well, he did this and I need to put shine on him and buying clicks and all this other stuff. Like, no, man, I'm not. Super Sports Media hasn't sold its soul to no one. We don't do none of that. We don't go buy kids and no. We keep it pure, man. If you are a good basketball player, you want to go to the next level, hey, we'll help you. We'll assist you. We'll show you, but you still got to perform now, and that's the great part about it. You know?
I'll say you said high school and below. I'm gonna agree to
Yeah.
disagree. I'm gonna go seventh, eighth grade and below. And the
Okay.
reason I'm gonna go there is because ninth, 10th grade, you start playing live periods, coaches can start talking to you, you're starting to get prepared for college. So the fun and games is kind of over at that time. It's working business at that point because
Yeah.
there is a mission and a task at hand. But seventh, eighth grade and below, you're working there, but
Yeah.
there's still fun that can be had in that time frame. And let kid some was
Hey.
it Coach Jackledge? Well, Coach Jackledge on his
Mhm.
interview, he said something, let the kids be kids.
Hey, well, let me ask you a
Remember that?
question. Hmm.
What's up?
Let me ask you a question. When you in love or you love something, you can't be happy.
Huh?
When you love something or in love, you can't be happy.
We weren't talking about happy. We were talking about having it should be fun.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question.
I'm a former life freak,
So,
douchebag. I don't know about
well,
in love and all that stuff. I'm
Hey,
just I'm
man,
just handling that stuff.
hey,
So I can't speak. I'm gonna
well,
let
I'm gonna let
you,
you know. I'm gonna let you
that
know.
successful married guy. I'm gonna
Yes,
let you answer
yes,
that question.
yes, yes, yes. Next year is 20 years, by the way. We got 19 this
Congratulations.
year. Thank you. So, with that all being said, the fact that I have something I love and I want to fight for every day, I find happiness in it. And that's what basketball is. That's what players have to figure out and do. If you love this
I dig
game
that.
and you really want this, fight for it. Don't make it easy. That's the
I,
easy route. Being
I
friends
can
with
I can
Mike
deal with that.
Daniels, being friends with Mike Daniels to play on his top team, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? Hang out with you, you know what I'm saying? I can find ways to do that. But to earn that spot, hey man, that's the hard part. That's all. That's all. That's what I tell my players. That's the same thing I tell
You
them. Hey
know,
man, love this game. Love this game. Love it. That's why I say that. That's the only reason I say that.
I hope that, and this is why I hate the NCAA portal so much.
Yeah.
It's creating a sense of no hunger, no work.
Yep.
I don't got to
Yep.
work for it. I'll just go over here, and this person's gonna happily accept me. And it's causing the hunger. Once upon a time, you had to fight for
Fight.
every second, every possession. You had to fight. Parents knew it. Hey, you got to earn yours.
Yep.
But excuse me, I'm sorry, but it's this matter. But this dumbass portal, man, unhappy, change schools. Unhappy again, go back to the school. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Well, we as coaches can change that too now. We can stay. Again, like I always tell people, man, hey man, we don't have to allow the kid to come. Hey, look,
Well, you know what? It
start
ain't
leaving all
coaches. It
those.
ain't coaches. It
Listen,
ain't
start
coaches.
leaving
It's
all those
directors.
kids in the portal. Start leaving all those kids in the portal. Then see what happens. Stick with your
So
guys.
so that part and down on our end, directors can make that change and difference.
Guys.
With that being said, there's some things coming down the pipeline because how we always tell our kids control what you can control.
Correct.
Hey, I'm a director. There are some things I can control. And it may go against the grain and it may frustrate some folks. But knowing that the end goal is for the greater good of basketball growth and
Yeah.
development in the city,
Yeah.
it has to be done. And it's coming. It's coming.
Well, let's go to final thoughts on that note. We were definitely was having too much fun here because we talked longer than 30 minutes.
You know, he was. Final thoughts for me, aside from my standard nutrition, hydration, and rest, lab work, school's been out for a little while. School's been back in session for a little while. Student, athlete, make sure those grades is on point. Don't wait till the last week. Don't wait till the last week to get those grades up. Go get the help that you need, get the tutoring you need, and just stay on top of your stuff. The same way you stay on top of TikTok reels, the video game, when the game is dropping, stay on top of those academics. Can't stress that enough to all you student athletes out there. That's all I got. See y'all next time.
Well, unfortunately, man, I don't have a final thought this week, and I don't want to try to just start spewing out something that I didn't really give thought to or plan to say. So I'm just going to end with, hey, man, just love your loved ones, man. That's all you can do. Take the time out and spend with your loved ones, man. Being here, in Fayetteville for the last 3 days and just spend time with my mother and my sister and one of my nieces. Man, that perspective. Just put things in perspective, bro. So once again, I thank you. I thank the community. I thank all the coaches that just believe in what we're doing. I thank the fans. I thank the players. I thank the parents. Just, I mean, just, just thank you for giving us this opportunity. Always like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And just, hey, real quick, I want to definitely give a double shout out to the ABA Alamo City All Stars. We are no longer on Roku, but they have created their own channel. And guess who are one of the heavy hitters on their channel? Us, us. So thank you for allowing us still to be part of what you guys are doing. Go ahead, shout out, Mike.
Folks, I send prayers to each and every one of you out there that's tuning in. Whatever is going on with your world, don't forget to say a prayer. Don't forget to say thank you. Praying for you all, wishing everybody the best. Till next time.
Playboy, you made that beat.